What if the power of entire nations, the rise of cities, even the lives we live today, all depended on fire? Not just any fire, but a fire so hot it bends stone into liquid, a fire that eats rock and spits out strength. That's steel. And the strange thing is, steel doesn't look like much when it begins. It hides in the earth, just chunks of reddish, brown ore that most people would walk past without a second thought. But inside those stones is something restless, something waiting to be awakened. And once it's pulled out, once fire touches it, the world changes. Imagine the first time it happened. Some ancient firekeeper throws a strange rock into the flames, and when the fire dies, there's this gleaming, unbreakable shard left behind. Harder than bone, sharper than flint. That moment was the beginning of a story that never really stopped. But here's the thing about steel. It's not gentle. It doesn't come easy. It has to be forced into life. Ore gets crushed, burned, drowned in heat that can melt mountains. The furnace roars, the air itself trembles, and from inside comes this glowing river, brighter than the sun, screaming to be shaped. Then come the hammers. Giant, earth-shaking blows that pound chaos into order, sparks flying like stars. Men sweating, shouting, machines thundering. Every strike is a conversation with the metal. Bend, don't break. Stretch, don't snap. And the steel remembers. That's something people forget. Inside every bar, every beam, are scars from the fire, marks left by the hammer, memories that decide whether it will hold up a bridge for 100 years, or shatter the first time it's tested. And here's where it gets eerie. Steel feels alive. Not in the way we are, but in its own way. It groans under pressure. It breathes with the weather. It hums under trains. It creaks inside skyscrapers. It doesn't just sit there. It works. It strains. It waits. Think of a city skyline. Those shining towers aren't really glass. They're steel skeletons hiding under the glass. Without it, the city would collapse into dust. Same with ships, rails, planes, factories, cars, the locks on your doors. Steel is everywhere, and yet it stays invisible. And it's not just about strength. Steel is a paradox. With it, we built plows that fed millions, but also weapons that destroyed millions. It's freedom, and it's chains. It's the skeleton of our dreams, but also the shadow of our nightmares. The same fire that gave us skyscrapers also gave us cannons. That duality. That's the secret life of steel. Every age of progress has been built on it. The railroads that stitched nations together? Steel. The bridges that crossed impossible rivers? Steel. The machines that carried us into the sky? Steel again. Stretched thin. Tested to the edge. Even now, with all our talk of silicon and satellites, steel is still here, holding it all together. Rockets, launch pads, engines, grids. It all depends on this one fiery invention. And here's the haunting part. Steel doesn't die. It comes back. A beam from an old factory becomes part of a bridge. A bridge gets torn down, melted, turned into the frame of a car. That car breaks down. The steel gets pulled out, reforged again. Every piece of steel you touch has probably lived another life you'll never know. Maybe the knife in your kitchen once sat inside a warship. Maybe the key you carry used to be part of a cannon. Steel reincarnates. It remembers. It never leaves the cycle. And when you think about that, it feels almost human. Like steel has its own history, its own bloodline, its own secrets hidden inside its grains. And when you zoom out, the entire world starts to look like one giant steel organism. Mines pulling ore from the earth, furnaces breathing fire into it, factories shaping it, ships carrying it, cities devouring it. And then, when it's all worn out, it gets melted, reborn, and the cycle begins again. Always moving, always changing, always working. Steel isn't flashy. It's not gold or diamonds. It doesn't sparkle. It doesn't brag. It doesn't even ask to be noticed. It just waits, silently holding everything together. And maybe that's the deepest secret. We think we forged steel. But steel is what really forged us. Without it, there is no modern world. No bridges, no towers, no engines, no rockets, no wars, no peace. Nothing. Steel carried us through the industrial age, through war, through expansion, through flight, through space. And it's not done. Right now, new alloys are being tested. Strange, futuristic steels that can resist heat, bend without breaking, heal their own cracks. Somewhere, in a glowing furnace, the next chapter is being written. The steel for the next bridge, the next rocket, the next invention that changes history. It's already alive, already whispering in molten rivers, waiting for its turn. And so the story keeps going. Steel isn't just a material. It's fire, trapped and frozen. It's time, crystallized. It's strength, memory, and patience. And it's the quiet architect of the world we live in. Maybe the greatest secret of all is this. It's not just that we shaped steel, but that steel shaped us. And it's still shaping us, even now.